Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. So this is a bonus reading for Capricorn, and tonight we have the High Priestess card, and this is from Tarot of the Abyss deck. You can hear TT over there crunching away. All right, let's see what this bowl of tea leaves has to say tonight. And if you have not subscribed, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. All right. So this one right here, it looks like it says G-U-L-L-Y, Goalie. Now that could be like an actual goalie, which I think is like what? Like a waterway. I think like a I'm not going to look it up. I want to, but I'm not going to. I'm thinking it's like a waterway. Where I grew up, we used to have them in the neighborhoods behind us, like in our neighborhoods behind the houses. There would be these kind of aqueduct, I think is what they're called, to get water. I don't know, through the areas. We were always in a drought, so they were always dried up basically. But I feel like a goalie is a waterway. I'm gonna look it up as soon as I finish this reading. And but in terms of slang, which is where this really came from, or I mean it came to me immediately as seeing it, because it's a word that I used to use a lot actually, and it is something that is kind of grimy, right? Somebody did something grimy. That's like really goalie of them, you know, a little bit kind of shady, a little bit kind of maybe kind of rough, or I'm trying to think of like the right words here. Ruthless, maybe. Like they don't play by any kind of rules. Okay. So anyways, that comes up. That's an energy. Hopefully this has to do more with the water element than anything else. But you know what? Here's the thing about Capricorns is, as much as they are together, right? Kind of all buttoned up and precise about things, have a good vision of what you want to do, and pretty good at executing that. When it comes down to it, if you have to get goalie, you're gonna get goalie. And you know, no offense, but I'm a Capricorn rising, so I fully embody that energy. I really do. Now, as we're talking about this, we have two people that look like they are kind of locked in some kind of battle, maybe an argument. So I wonder if there is kind of something going on. We have a person up here with their arms thrown up. We have also the crawdad or the lobster right here, which I noticed immediately as well. So let me catch my breath here. This is my last reading of the night. Whew, and it's after midnight. It's getting late, and it's been busy. It's really busy. We're just about to move, so from the moment I wake up to the moment I'm going to go to bed here in a few minutes, nonstop. It's just been busy. So excuse my, it's my last like little hurrah here. So anyways, we have that lobster or crawdad from the moon card. And this is a symbol of melancholy, maybe feeling a little blue or upset about things, maybe kind of interior turmoil, okay? So to me, this would make sense that we have this kind of argumentative energy here. And I'm looking at it and I'm wondering if this is at work actually, or in the workplace, or maybe like a space that is kind of, there are some professional expectations. So this could be like maybe a shared, like creative space, or maybe like, I don't know, you're like in a band or something, and it maybe isn't where you make your money, but it is a place that, yeah, you have to be professional. These are your friends, but they're also kind of your coworkers, right? So it could be something like that, but I do think that, this kind of discord really, it affects you in a way. It just, I think it makes you feel maybe like a loss of control in your life. And it can really, and we have that arrow kind of going down. We also have the mermaid or the siren, and kind of this, little itching thing, kind of, coping mechanisms maybe, or a way to deal with the stress. Falling into old habits, or, maybe kind of like going back to an ex or something, that's somebody that feels like they're going to like make you forget about how, everything else is going on, how that is affecting, your emotionality, your spiritual, wellness, and everything else. I mean, I imagine, because we both are Capricorns in a major placement, we might be similar in that I'm not good at compartmentalizing. If somebody is mean to me at work, I'm going to go home and still feel like I need to cry about that, right? I don't just leave everything there. I've never been able to do that. And so, I could see you trying to blow off some steam possibly, and just kind of getting a little bit lost in it all, becoming unfocused possibly. And really, I think the big warning here, I feel like, and it's, not like a extreme warning, but, a little bit of a, hey, just keep this in mind, right? Is making sure that you don't let go of your emotions or your reactions to your emotions. Just really kind of blowing your top and saying or doing something that you'll regret. Definitely not worth it. Now, I turned this over where we had the people kind of arguing, and I'm looking at it, and it reminds me of now the Fool. So we have the head, and we have kind of the arm and holding the bag, and we have the dog right behind. And so I feel like, instead of kind of just getting lost in that almost kind of lunar energy, getting into this place of almost kind of, like a very kind of surreal and disconnected, just disjointed and kind of dark place. Also letting go of your inhibitions, but trying to not take things so personally, trying to look at this as like, hey, often when people are in conflict, or they're coming from a place of being like kind of aggressive and angry, argumentative, whatever it is, there's a pain there. There's something going on with them. And it's not ideal, and it's hard not to internalize it. But when we get that full energy going, it's like, okay, like bless your soul, or bless your heart, right? Bless your soul as well. But you're not going to affect my greater being. I'm going to walk away from this situation and think like, wow, there's really, something kind of happening with that person. And I'm not going to get dragged down with it. You know, I'll say a little prayer for them, but there's no reason for that kind of energy to kind of fall upon you. Okay. So instead of getting into like the angry place, just kind of, you know, letting it go as much as you can. Okay. I'm trying to look at this. It looks like it's T-E-M-O, or it's like T-E and then M-O. And here it's almost like O-W-L if we skip this one. I don't know. I want to just read the letters out. I'm not going to try to figure out what it is, but it does seem kind of important. Now, we also have, look, these two eyes. And we have a rabbit, okay? So I do feel like there is this sense of, I mean, just really allowing yourself to look at things from that interior eye, that place of, yeah, trying not to take it personally, but also like let's even look at this from a further place where, you know, it all kind of doesn't really even mean anything to the big picture, but I'm still going to gaze upon it, you know, just to kind of see how does this align with my path? You know, what is the lesson here? What is the lesson in my ordeal? Because there is a lesson. But you know, you have to figure out what that is. And I think a lot of it is learning how to just keep a cool head and, you know, not let somebody ruin your day, ruin your week, your month, or the place that you work in or you live or whatever it is. You know, and I almost, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking like, you know, maybe this is even like a neighbor or something, somebody who's just kind of always complaining, or, you know, maybe it's been cool for a long time and then all of a sudden they just got like aggressive with you over something silly, and it makes you feel anxious in the place that you live, you know, and that absolutely, I would be so anxious. But, you know, I think overall it's kind of like, you know, like something's going on, you know, and I don't want to get involved. I don't even want to really know what it is because I don't have that much invested in it. But, you know that there's something. This has nothing to do with you ultimately. And so also with the rabbit, it just, you know, the rabbit is such an enduring being and so fertile, right? So I feel like as you kind of get away from this situation and the intensity of this moment, there is a turn into your creativity, and together. Maybe a turn towards your spiritual practices. Okay. So, you know, I think that this could be a good time for, you know, maybe some cleansing, getting this icky energy away. But also, I feel like this is a good time to kind of be, I mean, and it's not ever selfless, right? But being a little bit selfless, and yeah, maybe like lighting a candle for this person, praying for them, you know, hoping that whatever is happening will be resolved between the two of you. In the environment, you know, that energy can dissipate, but also whatever's happening in their life that is causing this kind of behavior. And at the same time, maybe lighting another candle for yourself. Because, you know, it's very rarely that we find ourselves in this kind of conflict without, you know, it's not instigating, but you're playing a role of some kind. And especially in the workplace, when we get to arguing and feeling some type of way, yeah, maybe you didn't start it, but you know, it's hard not to, you know, finish it, I guess, right? So I feel like it's like, okay, let's like temper self here. And, you know, not only look at what's going on with them, what's going on with you, what's happening in your life that this kind of energy is feeling like it's invited in, right? And I think, you know, this is kind of a call to clarity. We have those eyes on there, and that tells me, yes, we need to kind of check out what are all the variables here? What are all the kind of strands of energies here? Because ultimately, you know, there's something going on. Okay. And it's worth looking at, because nobody wants to live in this. Even if you resolve this situation, it just continues to happen. It will just continue to happen. Okay, let's see. We have... Oh, TT, don't get on my back. Go. Thank you. That's scratching me up. She's scratching me. Ooh, we have a tulip. All right, we have a tulip. We have a bird in flight. We have a bird in flight right here. We have the tulip right here. And I'm seeing it as an A, F, or FA. Okay, so maybe initials. And I just keep hearing here, kind of doing the work. Like, don't worry what other people are doing, you know? Just do the work. Kind of a period of just like keeping your head down a little bit. Staying focused on your own tasks. Not getting involved in, you know, the politics of the workplace or the neighborhood or whatever. Staying kind of in your own lane and, you know, finding a freedom in not having to, I guess, just engage with people that aren't your beloved ones. You know, I think Capricorn people, we get burnt really on people. I mean, really kind of quickly sometimes. The ones that we love and you know, become kind of our chosen family, like we will stay with them forever, right? We are soul to soul. But, you know, everybody else is just kind of, you know, varying degrees of okay for the most part. So I think that sometimes, you know, when we venture out of our little world and we maybe put a little more time into those around us, and inevitably we become kind of tired of that, of the small talk and the you know, the gossip and encounters and people doing things here's the big thing too. People doing things differently than how we would do them. It does irk a Capricorn a little bit, okay? So I do feel like, you know, there's a little bit of annoyance, but I think in kind of just turning away from all this, absolutely this feeling of kind of a freedom, the flying bird. Now also we have the tulip, so it is a sense of renewal here too. Tulips are they come early in the early in the spring, maybe middle spring, right? And they last into the beginning of summer often. So you know, this is this is a renewal. This is a beginning again. And I think you just need a little bit of a reset here, because this situation has you kind of twisted up. It really does. I see the exclamation part, or point, mark. The exclamation mark. Ah. No, I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. I really am. I keep dropping stuff today too. That's the other thing. I think I'm just burnt. I am also burned out. But I think I'm tired. I think I'm really tired. Probably why I'm being a little silly, more silly than usual. But yes, we have the exclamation mark. So yeah, it feels intense. And we have the sun. Okay, so this is a time to not lean into kind of looking at this thing. Not just falling into the trap of, getting angry. Things get weird. The environment feels weird. The atmosphere of the place feels weird. You have to deal with this person. You're avoiding them. They're avoiding you, whatever. Finally, it passes. And that's ideal, right? But I think this is an invitation to kind of look over what's going on here. Why am I feeling this way? Why is this even affecting me so deeply? So let's go ahead and take a look at our Indigo Sage affirmation cards. These are the air element. And she's telling me I have to get in bed right now. She's like, dude, why are you up? All right, let's stop right there. All right. I think is this a Joshua tree? I can't remember, but or an olive tree maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's beautiful. I should know. I'm from California. I'm from the other side of California, way up north, but I've been, so I should know. I can't tell. I don't know. I need to go to sleep. All right, let's see. We have boundless enthusiasm. Your Dharma is the new road. Embrace simplicity in your adventures. All right. Yeah, the Dharma. And this actually, it really does tie in to trying to let these feelings wash over you and looking at more of the root cause on both sides. You don't have to really mind so much of them, except to try to be compassionate, empathetic, right? But to look over what's going on with you. And this is definitely karmic work. Okay. There's this idea that I see a lot in these kind of, whatever new agey and stuff, idea that karma is your punishment. And, we have karmic relationships, or we have these karmic situations. I don't know if that's real or not. I have no idea. I feel like there's a lot of layers to why this might be problematic, okay? But I do feel that there is this idea of karmic work for sure, and balancing the Dharma. And so, and this is living by our virtues, okay? Living by our convictions. And the virtues are individual to each of us, by the way. So, your experience is your own. Your compass is your own. The map that you travel upon is your own. And it comes down to living a life as close to being true to yourself as you can. Okay. And this, in my mind, is that true karmic work. Okay. Flushing away, taking piece by piece all of the conditioning that we live so deeply in, all of our constructs that we have to create to survive this base reality. you know, the hurts that become malformed coping mechanisms. All of this kind of work, so important, and has so much to do with finding that middle way, right? Trying to get out of the extremes of things. And yeah, and so anyways, I can imagine, especially we have that High Priestess energy, by the way. So this totally makes sense to me. She's holding the great balance, right? The beautiful, as above, so below. Everything in its right place. Opposites, beyond duality, or opposites merging beyond duality. You know, the vast spectrum, and so on, and so on, and so on. So, with that Capricorn, I'm going to tell you I love you because I do. And I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I'll absolutely read it, and I will probably love it. I can't promise, but most likely, yes. Other than that, I think that's it, actually. That's the end. Oh, that's the end. Get some rest this weekend. For me, for you, I need it. I need it too. It's not coming anytime soon. In the next like week and a half, I guess. Maybe. So expect some silly readings for sure. All right. Good night. I love you. I love you. I love you.